Welcome to this edition of Indago ResearchCast, where we highlight findings from our Indago supply chain research community. I recently received an email from a high school student looking for advice. Here's what he wrote. I am a student who wants to get into the supply chain field. I have been accepted to both Michigan State's and Arizona State's supply chain programs, but I think a smaller private school could be a better fit for me. If I went to a smaller private school, I would graduate with a business administration degree, not a degree in supply chain management. I'm trying to weigh these factors, so I wanted your opinion on two things regarding students looking to go into supply chain management. First, how important is this type of degree for job applicants in the supply chain field? And second, how important is the school where you graduate from? First, it's great to see that high school students are becoming interested in supply chain management. Sure, he's just one data point, but I'm going to assume that all the media attention on supply chains the past 2 years has put supply chain management on the radar screen of many students, as well as parents, high school teachers, and guidance counselors. More than a decade ago, I wrote a blog post making the case that, like in baseball, the supply chain logistics industry needs a farm system to attract and develop the next generation of leaders, with high school being a logical place to start. There still aren't many high schools offering supply chain management electives, but I hope we'll see a growing number moving forward. Second, the questions this student asked are very good questions that I'm sure many other students are asking too. It also turns out that we conducted research related to these questions with our Indago supply chain research community. In April 2019, for example, we asked our Indago members, who are all supply chain logistics executives for manufacturing, retail, and distribution companies, what skills and attributes will be the most important for supply chain young professionals to succeed moving forward. As this chart shows, topping the list by a wide margin was analytical skills, with 94% of the respondents selecting it. People skills and communication skills rounded out the top three. Interestingly, near the bottom of the list, only 11% of our members selected having a degree in supply chain management as being important for success. Our members submitted a variety of comments on this topic. Here are two examples. Quote, what I do most is analyze data and present that information to others so that the company can improve the business. Having the ability to dig deep into the data and building relationships with other stakeholders is extremely important. End quote. Another executive said, quote, at the end of the day, developing great communication and people skills are key. In my role as VP, I must communicate from the plant floor to the C-suite. If the message is not communicated effectively or clearly, then we might miss our targets and goals. People skills are also key. Developing relationships with vendors, customers, partners will never be supplanted by technology. In an October 2019 survey, we also asked our Indago members, what is the minimum threshold of higher education you would look for when hiring new supply chain employees? The response that received the most votes was bachelor's degree in any discipline, with bachelor's degree in supply chain management tied for second. But as one executive commented, it varies by position, and for many positions, I would consider strong work experience equal to a degree. Another executive added, after going through significant and lengthy growth cycles, we were looking for magic bullet type individuals to lead us not just in supply chain management, but also in other prominent departments. It was startling to learn repeatedly that higher education does not necessarily mean higher wisdom. Those with common sense, a drive to be best in their fields, and commitment to do the best job possible have far outpaced those with higher educational training. So, do you agree with our Indago members? What advice would you give to this student? Post a comment and share your perspective and advice. I shared these research results with the student, as well as my advice as a father with 2 kids in college. My sense, based on his questions and comments, is that he has a good idea about which path to take, and I'm sure it will lead him to much success. If you're a supply chain logistics professional from a manufacturing, retail, distribution company, and you're interested in learning from your peers, we invite you to join our Indago research community. It's free, confidential, the time commitment is less than 4 minutes per week, and the best part, your participation benefits a variety of charities. To learn more and apply, please visit joinindago.com. Thank you for watching this Indago ResearchCast.